let's get this on the road. Hello and welcome. This is Dorcas Making Memories. So every Wednesday, I normally share a workout video, and every first Wednesday of the month, I come up with a progress update. So as usual, here goes my progress update for the year. I think I can say I won on the game of consistency this year, and I'm very, very happy for that. Previous years, I would just fall off the exercise wagon or the fitness wagon. There were years where I would stop exercising for 6 months, maybe a month, 2 weeks without exercising. But this year, yeah, we've made it an integral part of our lifestyle, and that is the biggest win. So it's become much easier to, you know, work out every week, you know, and if not every day, at least minimum of 15 minutes. I'm able to go now for 30 to 40, sometimes 1 hour workouts in a day. So, what are the gains I've made this year? Well, the first lesson I learned at the end of the year is that I didn't lose the amount of weight I thought I was going to lose or had targeted to lose. That is the first lesson I learned, and it's a bit on the negative side because I really do feel disappointed, mainly because I let that, I don't know, is it an African mentality, get to me where you we always think that when we're on medication, we have to double the amount of food that we eat. So that was what caused the weight gain because, again, in the first quarter of the year, I had to be treated all over again for anemia, which is something I've been battling for the past 3 years now. It's a chronic anemia. We don't know really what is the cause of it, but apparently I'm not absorbing iron from the foods I eat as I ought to. So that set me back a little bit. And by the time we got to the second half of the year, I found out that half of my wardrobe didn't fit. My clothes didn't fit like they used to. So it was a very, very emotional moment for me, an emotional realization, and I was um, quite upset with myself. I had a moment of self hate, of self loathing. I cried. I think I even made a video of it, and a few weeks later, when I went to watch that video, I always cringe because I don't like to spread negativity. So I think I took the video down or it's still there, I'm not sure. But what came out of it was that I began to take portion control very, very seriously. I discovered over the years exercising has not been a huge challenge for me. I love it and I find ways to do that. In fact, January, I did a walk challenge for the whole 30 days, like from the 1st to the 31st of January. I went on daily walks. I walked for about an hour, 10 kilometers a day, for the whole month of January. And I stopped. And when I went back to the doctor, like I said, I stopped doing that. So, what that taught me was that I wasn't going into a calorie deficit. I wasn't living in calorie deficit, so I wasn't seeing weight loss. Okay, it was, I was just eating as usual, or rather, weight excess because I wasn't exercising as much because I couldn't do a lot of cardio due to my my heart, shortness of breath due to the anemic condition. So, having said that, Um, right now, I'm able to do cardio once again. In fact, last month, I've been doing a lot of HIIT exercises, excuse me. I've been able to do a lot of high intensity interval exercises, and that has been a win, a major win for me to be able to do that. Another thing that happened this year was that in the month of April, which is my birth month, I gifted myself the gift of Pilates challenge, and so I did Pilates for the entire month of April. Hello, Kaiser, welcome. And that was a game changer for me, a huge game changer, because Pilates humbled me. When I say humbled me, I mean literally. Like it took away every impression, every delusion. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Every delusion I had about myself or my body and myself and my body weight gain. I could really see how heavy I had become, how weak I had become, how weak my core was, and how little I had been doing to see any progress. That was the best gift that I could give myself for my birthday. And I started doing that, and since then I've not looked back. So I gave yoga up to focus on Pilates, and it really, really was a game changer. Pilates really helped me to apply the mind body connection during exercise. And I can tell you, if you want to know how weak or strong your core is, just go and do Pilates for a couple of sessions and you will know. That was when I realized that I had become heavier than I was imagining in my head, because when I gained weight, I didn't really appreciate how much I was carrying as body weight, even though my clothes were fitting or not fitting. But that was really an eye opener about my body mechanics and a lot of things. So it put things into perspective for me. And because of that, I went ahead to be able to buy a few things I could for my workout sessions. And now I am able to do strength training. I'm able to do Tabata. At a point in time, I was also having, how do you call it, challenges with my leg. And so, like I said, I wasn't really doing a lot of cardio. So gradually, with the weightlifting, the strength training, I was able to get better. My health improved, and so to do include cardio back into my workout regime, I started doing Tabata, which was something I used to be very scared of because I couldn't catch my breath within those 10 seconds interval. But I was able to do that, and I'm able to do that now. And so that has been one of my biggest gains. And recording myself, and sharing online has really helped me. I used to share a workout video of 1 minute every week on Instagram, but I think I was not mentally or emotionally prepared for the people's reaction on that platform, because Instagram goes with Facebook. And so I decided to come here where I don't have a lot of followers, a lot of people don't know me, the bigger platform. And I've really held myself accountable here, sharing that and being able to go back and watch the videos and see the progresses I've made. For example, when I started this year, I could only do a modified form of push-up. Now at least I can do 5 full push-ups by myself. I can do a cardio workout for 20 minutes without breaking out. My squats are getting better. And being on YouTube has also helped me to seek more information as opposed to just putting on a video and working out. I have been able to discover a lot of very helpful channels that have given me a lot of information about form more than anything, about form because I'm not yet in a position to hire a personal trainer or go to the gym. I don't even think I want to go to the gym, but there are a lot of platforms that have come across on YouTube that have really given me a lot of information on how to perform certain workouts safely and properly, like where to place the arms, how to go down, the mode to take. That has really, really helped my workout, and it has helped me to avoid a lot of injuries, and podcasts on fitness and health. I've been following those also. They have really informed me and taught me the importance of recovery days, the importance of sleep, the importance of rest, when and or when not to exercise, how to follow workouts during my cycle as a woman. I've really, really done a lot of work on that. And so, like I started at the beginning, not losing the amount of weight that I wanted to lose this year is not so painful because instead of that, certain things have emerged and I'm learning better. And so the plan right now is to be able to get a grip on my sleep hygiene. That is the one thing that I'm still struggling with. And I think I want to practice that at least for this month until it becomes a habit. Because I think that's the only aspect now that I'm dealing with. I'm getting a grip on my portion control by incorporating more vegetables into my plate than and reducing the portion of carbs. That has been a big game changer. Another thing that I really, really learned for myself personally was um, fried foods. Cutting out fried foods from my diet has done wonders. When I say wonders for my health, I've had less inflammation. In fact, I've been off pain meds, especially during my cycle, just by not eating that. When we recycle oils every time when we fry our food, maybe you eat chips, or in certain cultures where, like where I live, where you have to fry your plantains for breakfast, it did a lot of damage that I couldn't, I wasn't aware of until the price of plantains went up and I had to switch to potatoes. And so I was eating less fried food. And I discovered that when I stopped frying most of my foods, a lot of pains, a lot of inflammation just cleared. Even my face, I used to have if you're women, that those pimples that would come before your period, I no longer have premenstrual pimples anymore, and that was just because I stopped eating fried foods. That alone is something that I gained this year that I will never, never let go of or go back again to eating much fried foods like I used to before. So my diet, I'm getting a grip of it. I'm practicing. I'm getting better. So the last aspect of my fitness journey that I'm trying to get a grip of and master is the sleep process, because I have noticed for years, especially since I crossed 40, when I don't sleep, I don't work out properly. When I don't sleep, I don't eat properly, and I don't lose weight. It's like that cortisol issue is real. So um, I'm trying to get back to practicing regular time of sleeping. By regular, I mean I want to be going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time. And I also noticed that having less or no naps during the day has helped me to sleep better at night. So those are the gains I've made so far. My workout routine is now regular. I know how to walk around my period cycle, my menstrual cycle of the month, whether to go heavy or to just do low impact exercises. And then I have really now, concentrated on my portion control, what I put on my plate, in order to see some significant weight loss, which I'm really seeing. I'm wearing a top that I didn't used to fit in somewhere 4 months ago. You can see there's still a little gaping, but now I can button it up. So It's just been portion control. I've not gone on any specific diet. I have just gone consciously in a calorie deficit mode. I'm even some days I would even dare to do what do you call it? Intermittent fasting. The doctor discouraged me from doing that just so that I can eat enough to absorb minerals because of my condition. But I shortened the window time and I'm able to do that now, and I'm able to be fit. I'm fitter. I'm much, much fitter than I used to be. I am now consistent with my workout, and I hope this encourages you. I know I'm not alone. That is why I always want to share this workout, these things with online. There are people who are struggling. Maybe you don't know where to start from. Maybe you don't know what to do. Just take one thing at a time. If consistency is your problem, start little by little. The days you don't feel like you can do 30 minutes workout, do 10 minutes workout. There's a lady I follow, she's called Lily Sabri. Her workouts most times are just 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15. If you don't feel for strong workouts, just do 10 minutes workout, do 7 minutes workout, just move. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. And you get about your day. If you cannot change your diet, maybe you're living somewhere where you cannot consistently eat vegetables like high density, how do you call it, high fiber density foods, then reduce the portion of carbs on your plate. Tweak something, do what you can do. I'm not on any specific diet, like I said. What I've just done is that instead of taking a lot of beverages with milk, I go for herbal tea. It helps my digestion, and then I just reduce the portion of carbs. That's all. Do the best that you can do. Okay. Hi, Sandra Elizabeth. How are you? So just do the little you can do. And another thing I stopped doing, yeah, I just remembered now. Another thing that I stopped doing, I got out of all the support groups. Because normally, if you go to YouTube, a lot of these sports channels, they have support groups on Facebook. I stopped doing that. Why did I stop doing that? Is because when you see people's success stories, like they lost 50 pounds in 3 months, they lost 10 kg in 2 months, and you're here, you're not even losing 3 kg in 1 year. In 1 year, it's high. A Giselle. I don't understand what you're saying, Sandra. Okay, so I stopped that. That was what I did. I stopped because it wasn't mentally enabling for me to keep being on those lists because a part of me wasn't, how can I say, fully celebrating with those people who were making those progresses, because a part of me didn't believe that such progresses were possible just because I wasn't seeing that progress in my own life, you see. So I'm not on any support group or any workout group per se. I don't follow any group. My journey is personal. I want to go at my pace, in my space, and work out and do the things that work out for myself. So don't feel under pressure if you're in those groups and you're feeling pressure. Probably it's best to leave those groups and work out for yourself, by yourself, and find out information. What is it you're doing? Or take journaling, journal down what you eat, what you've done, what you are not doing, and compare notes over time, and you will definitely see progress. So the next update will be on the first Wednesday of January, and probably next week. I said probably because it's a holiday season, we're all busy. I may or may not give you my workout for the week over there. All right. So thank you for watching, and I hope this blesses someone and encourages you to get stronger, to get fitter. If you didn't hit your exercise goals this year, I wish you a breakthrough success for the year 2026. All right. Thank you very much for being here, and God bless you all. Bye bye.